Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, top row first. We'll start with you, Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I'm going to be playing Valis Ianrora, the elven, wood elf sorcerer-ish thing.
Mm-hmm. Karen Sill, charismatic channeler.
That's the words.
Mm-hmm. And what is your heroic path?
My heroic path is that of the healer.
Yes, the noble healer. Well done. Cole.
I am playing Torgan, the Dornish human foe hammer slayer.
Nice. And what is your heroic path?
That of the guardian.
Nice. All right, down to Keith.
I am Shaq the Powerful of the heroic path Giant Blooded, who is a defender, but that may look very, very similar to the 5E monk.
Yeah. Oh, Shaq the Powerful, do you grant wishes? Is that part of your... Yes, Kazam.
Can you also not shoot free throws?
Oh, no, you practice Shaq Fu.
Oh my dog.
Oh, game
it.
over, folks. Game over. We've hit peak D&D.
Cody won the internet tonight.
I quit. I give up. I'm out.
All right, Caitlin, what are you doing?
I have no goddamn name.
Do you have a nickname?
No.
Not,
A girl has
do we
no
call
name.
you Not Strider?
No, I'm trying.
That's okay.
I'm working on
Saunterer?
it. No, stop. I am a wanderer, a pureblood Aaronlander wanderer, and name to come.
Name to come. Of one without a name. All right, and Izzy.
I am playing Laroon, a dwarg weapon master.
Warrior Weapon Master. Awesome. What is your heroic path?
The Quickened.
Ooh, nice. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. We are playing a setting that has been a longtime favorite of mine. It is one I have rarely gotten to play. If you guys are stopping in and you recognize the banner there of Midnight, well, congratulations. We've put in a little bit of time and labor today to make some D&D5E versions of these characters, and we're going to be playing in the land of Midnight. For those of you that do not know, Midnight is a game setting that was part of the contest for 3.5 that talked about it's where Eberron came from. They had a contest for a setting for books, and the elevator pitch of Midnight is very, very simple. It is Lord of the Rings if the baddies won. So you're going to find a lot of names and naming conventions and some things about all of this world that seems kind of familiar, but maybe isn't. So this is a dark fantasy game. It is a brutal world in which the villains have already won. But before we get too much into that, we just wanted to let you know that. So there may be some mature content tonight. We hope to be nothing that is offensive, but it's a fair warning to any and all. To that end, if anybody starts to get uncomfortable that is playing the game, give me a wave, give me an X, let me know, and then we
Macaroni. Got it.
Yeah, macaroni ourselves out of this. And
Pineapples.
Okay, if you want to pineapple, I guess that's pokey, but okay, sure.
I like pokey.
So, it's our anniversary stream. We did that last night, guys. We had a super awesome anniversary game. It was a tremendous amount of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've been playing 5th edition all week long. We do it most weeks. Some nights we do some other RPGs, and when we can all be in the studio, which I'm in right now, we like to play tabletop games together. We like to play board games and a bunch of other stuff. Also, if you're joining us and you've never seen us before, we are very new to the Roll20 and the talking heads, cameras sort of version. So we're still working out the kinks on that. I'm sure at some point one of us will stop being able to be heard and our camera will disappear and we'll come to a screeching halt as we put it all back together and then jump back into it. So please forgive us for that. Also, tomorrow night we have another game we're doing. It's not 5th edition. It's our one not 5th edition for the week, I believe. Caitlin Wisser, who's usually with us on Saturday nights, and on Wednesday nights, she is going to be running a Dragon Age game using the Green Ronin Age system, the one that was produced and published for Dragon Age a couple of years back. So we'll be doing that. It's a 3D6 system. It's a little different, but I will get to play, and that'll be exciting because this is my 5th game in 5 days. So I'm on a marathon run at the moment.
Yeah.
Yay! So depending on how tonight goes, if the players enjoy it, we may be doing midnight for a couple of weeks to go through the one sort of midnight published adventure that came with it, which is the Crown of Shadows. So that is what we're going to do. There's a ton of source books. If you still enjoy Pathfinder, if you enjoy 3.5, D&D 3.5, all these books are available on Drive-Thru RPG. We get nothing for saying that. We just, if you like stuff, I want to tell you where to find it so you can like it more. I'm gonna center myself in my camera so Cody doesn't feel so OCD. Do we have any announcements for tonight? I do not think we have any other big announcements for tonight. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. We do have some viewership giveaways. Oh, and I think we're like one patron away from Kez doing a art giveaway, doing an original character art piece. Kez does wonderful art. She plays with us on Monday nights, and I think we're 1 or 2 patrons away.
2 away.
2, officially 2. So, all right, guys. Let's get started, shall we? I got you guys so ready. I'm at a loss. I am not ready.
I was making up a name as I went, and I recycled a name from home game pre-stream. So fuck that we're all ready. We're not ready. Everything's fine.
Sounds good. We're going to come back to the banner in just a minute, but as I'm going to do the lore drop for you guys, let's take a look, shall we, at the land of Eridane. This is the map. Make sure that I am grabbing the right stuff. There we go. This is the map. This up here in the Northern Marches where my head is. Yes, up there, Northern Marches. That is where Isridor, the Dark God, fell 3 ages ago, in a time just after the Golden Age, at a time when only elves and dwarves existed here. And throughout 3 different ages, with a variety of people coming to the continent, Isridor and his servants have attempted to conquer the land of Eridane. Isridor is the only god on Eridane. He is a dark god of an ancient, long dead, long forgotten pantheon who was cast out from the heavens and imprisoned here on this planet. And over the ages, he has attempted to find a way to break free of his prison, to reascend to the heavens and take his vengeance. Finally, it seems that that goal may be within his grasp. For 3 ages, elves, dwarves, men, halflings, and gnomes united together and battled back the Shadow of the North. At the ending of the Second Age, it was the last of the dragons that came to the aid of men and stopped Iridor's invasion. You can see all of these little castle-like things, like right above Bastion here. These once formed a network of fortresses, a great wall, a bastion that held the Shadow north in the Vale of Tears, above the Highborn Mountains in the northern marches, that kept the Orcish raiders far from the civilized lands that dominate the continent. Once upon a time, in the forests of Erethdor, the oldest elf, Aradil, had led her people and her trusted advisor. There was also down here in the south. Let's go to the south. Ha-ha! Where the Sarkisons and the Colonials had come sailing from across the sea to set up great cities of human importance. These venues, these warfare features, these places, all contributed to the eventual fall of Eredane. It was the humans' greatest warrior, their greatest general, who was corrupted by the Shadow. A great Dornish general that gave up Bastion, and without a battle, ended up allowing across the entirety of the wall hordes and hordes of orcs. There was once a great elven mage that had assisted Aradil for generations, who betrayed her, who turned his magics on to his own people and taught the ways of channeling to the orcs. The last dragon of the Second Age had been resurrected, corrupted, her heart literally stolen by the Shadow of the North. And then, in the south, a single governor betrayed his people, becoming the first in a long line of those faithful to Isildur, who has become his priest. These 4 figures form the hierarchy of Isildur's forces. They are known as the Night Kings. They themselves wield powers that are beyond that of mortal men. Their imagination for destruction far exceeds what we have already dreamt of. The war is lost. The hope for victory is all but destroyed. But hope does remain for survival, for persistence, for freedom from the slavery of the Orcish yoke. Today, the Night King of War, that Dornish general, leads an army against all of Erethdor. The siege lines stretch from Bandarin all the way down to Cambriel. The victory and the losses are measured in acres of forest burned per day. as the great dragon lights ablaze. Now, Eredil in her forest, surrounded by the nexus of her powers, bolstered by her long-lived people and their fervor, freedom, allows her to regrow some of it, allows her to protect the elven lands. But they're fighting a losing battle. It's known they won't be able to hold out forever. Throughout central Arenland, from the northern through the Sea of Peluria, in these northern lands, the Dornish people have been enslaved. Literacy and weapon training has been outlawed, along with magic and fey blood, punishable by slavery, death, amputation, torture, any and all means. But still, there are Dornish forces that rally around Port Esteban, Coburn Isles, these pirate raiders of the northern lands, these Viking warriors who would rather see their kinsmen's blood spilled in the waters of the Sea of Peluria than to give up. It is a bleak time for them. They look to the south for assistance from southern Arenland, a place that is free in name only. The Sarkisans, the colonial generals that had once ran these great metropolitan areas, consider themselves still beyond the shadow's reach, but in truth, those cities have already fallen. Each of these governors, each of these mayors, political figures welcome Orcish soldiers and those faithful to the shadow into their cities. In the south, there's a great swell of faithful clerics, legates, that hunt out magic and magical items. Which leaves Caledron Mountains, where the dwarves call home. Within the mountains, the isolated dwarves find themselves fighting again, losing battle, collapsing a tunnel at a time. Sometimes entire taigs, fortresses deep within the mountains, are dropped on their enemies as they accept their own sacrifice to slow the Orcish hordes. Above those mountains, the Calendrons, a dwarven tribe that takes in many outcasts, do their best to keep the surface of the mountains free. It's often forgotten that the first people Isridor conquered was the orcs, corrupting their historical and shamanistic ways, turned them into mindless beasts, to savage cannibals, and allied them with far darker forces. But those are all matters of great importance. For you all, sometimes the most important thing is merely your next meal. The plains and the lands suffer. Food grows short. Game grows weak and thin. It's been 100 years since the end of the Third Age. Yet somehow, the central lands near Aaron Head and Baden's Bluff, they whisper of hope, of a great alliance between elves and dwarves, of a hidden king. But there's noble blood still left in the Aaronlanders. that the halflings who have been enslaved poison orcish meat, that the gnomes that seems to have turned traitor, turncoat, truth, misdirect, and hide refugees, smuggling gear and weapons all throughout the Ardoon, all throughout the Aran River. Our adventure begins over here near Low Rock. Now, I know that some of you have existed here in the east in the Calandran Mountains for many years. Laroon, you yourself are born of the Calandrans, a unfortunate soul, a product of a savage act between orc and dwarf. You've proven yourself to your clan many times over, and yet still they insist on sending you on what are the most dangerous and deadly of missions. You have few friends, one of whom is perhaps the most unlikely of friends, is Shaq the Powerful. An orc whose giant stature had once stood him head and shoulders above the rest of his horde, nearing ogre size, if not bigger. Shaq, in some ways, always felt out of place, wrong. I think in some point in your past, the two of you have crossed paths, one aiding the other, until you have both found a place with the dwarves on the surface, Durgan's folk. Do any of you, either of you, remember necessarily what that event might have been between the two of you? Any of you have an idea how the two of you became friends? If not, we can leave it as a tale for another day.
I mean, I have an idea.
Go for it.
We can say that with my intense focus on the slaughtering of orcish kind, I may have gone a bit far from my other companions, been struck down, and Shock protected me and kept me safe.
I think that's very interesting. I think that says something. Yeah. As for Torgan, you have spent plenty of time raiding among the Viking princes of the Dornish lands in the north. But boat life is hard, and as big as the Sea of Peluria is, there isn't always place to hide. I think you found yourself traveling south, either down the river or throughout the Westlands, separated from your brothers in arms. I think you came across a wanderer, a wildlander of the Great Plains, who helped you out there. Somebody who was perhaps a bit lucky, if not exceptionally so. Do either of you have any memories of that meeting you would like to share?
Let's see. Probably after I got kind of separated from the rest of my group, there was probably a situation where I picked a fight probably that I shouldn't have. And Lucky probably came across my
Your injured, sorry ass, outnumbered.
Yep.
Yeah. That sounds about right. I guess I was just in the right place at the right time. Lucky for you.
Yeah. There's my day will come. My day will come where I die on the field of battle, but
It is not this day.
But it is not this day.
Thank you.
Yep. We're just gonna roll with it. Valis, you are something slightly different. You are a stranger in a strange land, in a place that is extremely hostile to you, more so than Dornish weapons or Aaronlander Wilders. You come from Karahim, probably from Karadul, the greatest city still standing, the center of elven magic. You are probably an agent of Aradil. You have been sent out through Elson, through the Ardoon, into the east, with an ally. An ally known as Brian. She travels with a Aransil bodyguard known as Urdon. You recognize her for what she is. She is an avatar of the Witch Queen. She is someone who has an intrinsic connection to Aradil. It is rare that such an important agent would be sent beyond the battle lines, beyond the sieges of Erethdor. It is dangerous. They are rare. They are powerful, but they are still mortal. And each one lost diminishes the ability of Aradil to protect Erethdor all the more. And yet, for days, weeks, perhaps even months, you've been traveling with her in secret, hidden, cloaked, often working with gnomish traders. A particular one, whom, in this most recent journey of the land, has agreed to take you all to a place known as Kurgan Falls. An old trading port. Not really used anymore. Old dwarvish trading port. So as you guys are traveling to these highborn mountains, who's your guide?
I absolutely feel like I am.
You and Torgan have been hired on as bodyguards, but there's a stupid gnome running a raft. What is his name? Bile. Little gnome jerk who doesn't shut up, but he runs a wonderful trading raft by the name of Bile. Picked you guys up here in Swiftwater. That's where Lucky and Torgan joined the venture. Traveled past Aaronhead through cover of night, up along the mountains, and into beyond Low Rock. to hear. Night is coming close. Shaq and Laroon, you all have been sent out with an old dwarven veteran named Duncan to his friends. But he's too old to have many of them. But still. The only orders we received so far is that we're to meet with some traders from the east and make sure that they are who they say they are. And once we've done that, we have a bit of paper to swap here and there. And if it is worth, we bring them back to Durgan's Rock. This is the place where you've come from. Now, I'd like each of you to roll me a d20.
$12.
Thank you, 12. Thank you, 4. Aw, hey, Mom. All right, I think Lucky is the lucky one today. The highest number here. You guys in Bile have been traveling up the river, and the deep reds are casting their light through the mountain. And Bile is cracking his back and stretching his old, weary, gnomish bones. Oh, well, I'm glad to see that they get everything together. So, we should be able to stop just up here past that bridge. And then, with any luck, in a day or so, perhaps our contacts will arrive for us. As you guys are coming up, tucked away within the mountains is this large sort of pool with a small waterfall to the north of it. From there, you guys can see there are little slips for trading rafts. And he pushes the stick upriver and slowly slips his into the area on the eastern bank. There's a mountain pass coming in from the west, and around there are, looks like 3 old buildings, mostly destroyed. There's not much left of them, and you see Bile casting out his rope and beginning to sort of twist and tie it up to the piece. Erdon is, as ever, right at Rion's hip and watching her as she turns her ghost-lit eyes to the west. What would Valis, Torgan, and Lucky like to do?
Could I check in with Rion and see how she's doing? What her next step?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. As you come over to her, I'm going to shift us back over here. We don't need the map for right now. And this one's a little prettier. Yeah, you come over her and you sort of shift her focus out of what she's doing. And she looks over at you. I'm sorry, Valis, what was that?
Rion, I wanted to know what your next step was after we get here to the mountain.
Making contact with whatever dwarf representative arrives, hopefully confirming their loyalties to the free folk. Everything. Beyond that, I have but limited knowledge. I know we're seeking schematics of some kind, but the details of which have been, rightfully so, kept from me.
Do you truly believe that there are those that are willing to fight back?
I think we have to believe, Valis. If it is just us alone in this fight, then... well, then our long lives are more of a curse than a blessing. We should live to see the
Indeed.
days Berethor burned to ash.
Are we off the boat already, did you say, and on land?
Yeah, you're
Can I-
off the boat and on land.
Can I, like, scout around the area a little bit? Keep an eye on stuff that's coming?
Yeah. Do you want to make perception checks, or you want to make a investigation check?
I would love to make an investigation check, because that's the one I'm proficient in, although I should... Nope, I'm proficient in both. No, I'm not. It'll be the same score no matter what, so I'll make either of them. Never mind. I'm bad at this today. I see nothing, I was seasick. So, I'm just trying to get my land legs back under me. I do not care for water travel. That tiny gnome idiot doesn't know how to drive that thing.
Okay. What was the total?
8.
8? Okay.
Yes.
A couple of real quick things that are easy to spot. One, all the buildings clearly are of old dwarven architecture and probably have not been used in... Lord, you don't know. Not while you've been alive. Torgan, what
Cody,
are you? Yes, please.
As I get off the boat, I'm gonna cast just a mage armor on myself, and I'm gonna use a sorcery point to double the time of the casting.
Okay. Rion watches you go through that, and you see her give a brief pause, almost as though she considers warning you against doing that, but thinks better of it.
I look back at her and I say, Rion, your safety is my key, and my key regards here, and I will protect you.
She nods in understanding. What, Torgan? What are you up to?
Well, let's see. You said we're in like ruins of like an old dwarven place, kind of, right? Or just
Yeah,
abandoned?
an old dwarven trading post. Yeah, it's got like 3 buildings. Nobody's gotten too close to them. One is like a big round kind of hall, and that seems to have like the most of it left. The other 2 places are like there's no roof, there's no doors, there's just a little bit of stone where you can kind of see, oh, there used to be a building there. There's like half walls basically, and then there's like a large pool basically, and the waterfall is on the north side, and you guys are kind of over here, and then on the other side there's like a little mountain pass, and the river came in from the south.
Okay,
There's a small bridge.
And we're supposed to meet the people here, right? At this place?
Yes.
Then I will try to climb to the highest point, whatever, if that's a building that still has a roof in it or something like that. I'll try and climb up there and see if I can take a look at anything.
You can climb on the building of the round building, or you can try to start climbing some of the rock face of the mountain, and that would ultimately get you higher, but it's going to be a harder climb.
You know what? I'm gonna try and climb up the mountain face thing.
Okay. Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Okay. Natural 20 for a 27.
Okay. Yeah, you can climb as high as you want up this rock face. It stretches into the mountains. You're climbing at half speed, but it's easy for you. You're not using your legs. You're just one arm and You're free climbing, just hand over hand. Yeah, absolutely.
Lucky is impressed in spite of herself. Like, she doesn't want to be, but she's like, damn, all right, sure. Like,
Okay. Make, as you are getting up there, Torgan, make me a perception check.
Would it be at advantage because of my extreme height?
Sure. I'll give you advantage
Yes.
for extreme height.
Yes. Good. I need it because that's a 14.
A 14. Okay. You can see in the distance there is a faint wisp of smoke that seems to be from like cooking fires, and beyond those, in the vast distance, miles and miles away, peaks days away, you can see the black smoke of battle, of burnt lands. It's not uncommon. It's a sight that you are probably very familiar with, but the danger at least seems so many days off. You also can see a little bit of movement coming up the mountain pass. Shaq, Laroon, Duncan, are you guys traveling quietly, or are you simply moving along down the road?
I would like to suggest we stealth.
Yeah, I'm trying to be as quiet as I
Yes.
can.
You're not with them,
Likewise.
Lucky. Talking
Oh, I
to,
am not. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. Shaq and Laroon.
I'm just gonna stealth where I'm standing anyway,
Good.
though, because
Be-
I said
be
it. I'm
stealthy.
just being
Yes.
stealth.
I'd say careful, but not to the point of sacrificing speed.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll stealth if you are making that effort. Thank you, Shaq.
17.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the 17. Let's see. There's something I need to look up at some point. So, okay. I at least have an idea. Laroon, where did you get? 11? Okay. You are less quiet than Duncan, but you're the least quiet of all of them. But hey, you are you are at least slightly quiet. Torgan, I'm gonna say you can see with your 14, you can see Laroon and little Dwarg, long mane, wild hair, and a older, clear, just dwarf. Laroon seems tall for a dwarf, as far as you know. His skin looks like an odd color. He doesn't look like any dwarf you've been told about. And to be honest, this is probably your first time seeing either of them. But for like seeing a dwarf at all. So seeing them next to each other, one of them looks like what you would call a dwarf. You're like, yeah, I'm told they're short. That dude looks short. The other guy doesn't look so short. Chat wants the map back. You got it, chat.
I told them it could be back up eventually. It's fine. You can go back and forth.
I don't mind. I can put the map back up. It's just the overland map. I don't have battle maps for this one today. I apologize. But hopefully this is interesting for you. So yeah, we'll just sort of center it there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, for reference, we're kind of up in. Oh wait, we're up in that area, I believe. Okay. Well. So yeah, that's what you see, Torgan. What would you like to do?
So I see a dwarg that I don't necessarily know is a dwarg, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you may not know that dwarves exist, right? You know the legends of dwarves. They used to fight the shadow. You know the legends of elves. You've probably never seen one of them either. Definitely not in the Sea of Peluria. And the idea of a dwarg is weird for you. Like,
Okay.
who would willingly sleep with an orc is... right?
Yeah.
So,
So I think. So they're coming up the pass. How far away are they from me?
I'm going to say maybe 300 feet.
Okay.
You climb pretty high. Like, let's call it like 500 feet. Like, they're still a good ways up the pass, you know?
Okay.
And the
they're
lights,
coming-
they're coming
Sorry.
towards you. Yeah, they're coming towards you.
Me or the group?
Well, they're coming down the pass, so they're to all of you. You guys are in the little bit of the clearing.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and gonna go ahead and climb down.
Okay.
To where to the rest of the group,
Okay.
and I will let them know people are approaching. To keep an eye on who's coming. I don't necessarily know who or what they are.
Okay. Laroon, Shaq, as you guys continue to make your way down there, is there anything that you guys are doing in particular?
Just keeping a lookout.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep,
give me
head on a swivel.
yeah, give me some perception checks, and I'll have Duncan jump in there with you guys. He's kept himself alive this long. Duncan doesn't see anything. Duncan is like, oh, would you look at that? That's a
If
nice
he doesn't
rock.
see anything, I see even less.
He's like got the rock like in your face. He's like, no, look, it's super smooth like this. Yeah, touch
Never
it
seen
here.
a rock like that. That's
I know, that's what I'm saying. We give it,
that's incredible.
you know, it's like a little
Rude.
salt rock. You give it a lick, like. Laroon, I'm gonna say you probably do see Torgen. Torgen is he's a big dude standing on top of a rock, so you can see at least the outline of a figure up front. Down in the direction you guys are heading. I don't think he roll me a with a 16. I don't think he's orcish sized. I don't think he has that kind of stature, but he is an outline of a person in the direction you are going, which may in and of itself hold its own dangers. So what would you like to do?
I'm a tap Dunk and Shock and be like, hey.
Well, do you want to see the rock?
Eventually, but there's a figure up there.
What?
And I'm gonna point Torgen at.
Well, he looks over there, and Dunk's old, sort of nearsighted eyes. He kind of squints. He says he sees it. You don't know if you believe him.
Is
But-
it daytime or nighttime?
So it is dusk. It is dusk in a mountain range. So it is.
Then I definitely don't see.
Yeah, it is dark. It's getting dark. Do you have a daylight sensitivity, Shaq?
I sure do.
Aha.
Mm,
That is good to know. I'm going to say it is dark enough for your daylight sensitivity not to be kicking in because of the mountains specifically. If you were out on the plains, then yes, that absolutely would kick in. But for now, no, I think you're okay.
Thank you.
So, Shaq, you do see the figure that he's pointed out.
Yep.
Just be ready for anything.
Oh,
And Shaq cracks his nut.
all right, yeah. Okay, we're gonna get ready. And you see Duncan sort of pull out his axes. He doesn't ask a lot of questions. You know, he's been around long enough. If there's even the chance of a fight, he's going to be ready for it. You watch him sort of crouch down and get low, and as you guys continue to approach, within about a minute, you guys have wandered your way down near the outcropping. The passageway has sort of narrowed into a bit of a rock face. Torgan, you've climbed down by now.
Yes.
Have Valis and Lucky, what are you guys doing?
Is this post Torgan letting us know what's going
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would know that we're supposed to be meeting dwarves.
You would, yes.
But I'm scared because there's a very large figure with them.
From what you have been told, they look bigger than normal dwarves.
Can I would like to do the Aragorn thing. I believe it's in Two Towers, beginning of Two Towers, where he's literally just laying down ear to the earth, which I have the ability to do starting at level 3 when you stretch yourself upon the ground with your ear pressed against the turf. You can decipher the sounds of the earth. You can hear it groan when the enemy treads upon it, or echo the distant gallop of horses, or sing in tune with the rushing of tumbling waters. Between each long rest, you may make a DC 15 Wisdom survival check. On a success, the lore master must give you a useful piece of information about a core you are hunting or a place you are seeking. If you get a 25 or higher as a result, the information gleaned may very well seem near miraculous to others. So, I am going to be laying down on the earth like an idiot and trying to hear what is coming over there, more specifically than just the figures. I should be able to know a lot of things about them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Where are my stats? There they are. Survival check. I'm proficient as hell in that. Woo! Natural 20. Doesn't matter. None of my numbers fucking matter. Ah! I am the ranger. I am the goddamn earth! So with all of my add-ons, just think, by the way, with the natural 20, it's gonna be, my name was aptly chosen. It's gonna be a 25.
Okay. Does the ability describe any sort of range to that?
Nope.
Okay.
A quarry you are hunting or a place you are seeking. And if you remember, like, thank you, Meg. They do those things, like, they're not even in frame anymore. Like, what Aragorn can hear, but also, like, yeah, anyway, it's rangeless. It's like my songs as the soothsayer. It's just any of them. I could be like, the Witch King, where the fuck is he? I'm gonna listen to the earth for him. I found him. I won't do that. I'm not going to abuse the system.
I appreciate that. So I will say you can detect all three of them. You can recognize the differences in weights. One of them does seem to be the smallest. There is another one that is approximately probably size or weight near Torgan. And then there's one that is heavier still.
And by footfalls, by whatever, can I tell what they're wearing? If they're actually dwarves, if they're just, if they're heavy because they're just armored, or if because one of them is a half dwarf or something like.
I'm gonna say they all sound armored. Okay. I can give you that information. No, two of them are armored. The biggest one does not seem to be armored.
Okay.
And but he's bigger and heavier still, even without the armor on.
Am I stupid that I just realized who we're looking at? Okay, great, amazing. I'm not wisdomous. No, I am. I'm not intelligent. I relay this information. Ahmed seems to be, at least one of them is dwarvish. Someone is Decidedly not armored. I haven't landed on this voice yet. I relay all the information miraculously and sounding very important.
Lady Brienne, perhaps it would be best if you were to take shelter while we checked out these individuals.
I agree with her. It's important that you take shelter now. Understood. Her and Argon are going to step inside the boat, the little house portion of the boat. And so is Darrell. Yeah. And where are you guys going to? Are you going to like go across the bridge to meet the oncomers? Are you going to hide out in the houses? Lucky, Valis, Torgan. What are you guys up to?
I will actively stand in the middle of the road, cloak whipping on the wind.
Okay.
Ready to meet them.
Okay, so you're going to go across the bridge to the rest of the lake?
Do they have to cross the bridge to get to the boat?
Yes.
Then I'm just going to stand at the end of the bridge.
Okay. You stand at the end of the bridge. And your side or their side? Your side or their side?
Their side.
Their side. Okay. Torgan, where are you going?
I'll probably wind up just going right next to her and kind of staring with. So we're quote unquote not allowed to have weapons, right? Despite the fact
weapons
that we all
are illegal under the rule of the shadow.
Okay.
That is known, Khaleesi.
My daggers are in my shoes. I would like to point that out right now.
Okay.
In the boots. Thank you.
Do you have a bow? Do you have a quiver? Do you have any sword?
I have no swords. Wasn't out allowed. Don't have money to buy them. But I have stashed. Can I have stashed my bow in like behind a wall of a nearby building or something? Like.
Sure, it's not terribly nearby, but yeah, you can stash it.
I'd like to. Actually, I'd like to stash it under the bridge. Can I can I wedge it underneath somewhere so if I have to roll out and grab under the bridge, I can? If we're going Middle-earth inspired, we all saw what Legolas could do. And I'm not asking to do that, but I am asking to be able to whip my bow and quiver out of seemingly nowhere, but actually somewhere.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Great. Okay. Oh, 13.
13. Okay. Okay, yeah. You tuck it in between some rocks. It is not under the bridge, but it seems to be decently hidden.
Good, amazing, fantastic. And then I stand there, hidden daggers, hidden.
Yes.
And that's it.
Hidden. Torgan, are you carrying your weapons?
You know what? Torgan gives not a single solitary F. Because when he dies, he dies. And he's going to have his great sword just kind of like in front of him, wedged in the ground as he's kind of just standing there waiting for these people to show up.
Okay. As you guys are standing there, coming around the bend is a very large, probably the biggest orc you guys have seen. And what is clearly a dwarf. And then something kind of in the middle that is really weird looking. Like he's got a prominent brow.
Diagram.
Yeah, like it's like the Verizon bars of like blood and orcishness. It is It's weird. It's weird. But there's like one step missing. There's like normal orc and then super tall orc. We just have super tall orc. We don't have like normal orc in there. So what would you guys like to do? Shaq, Laroon, as you guys are coming around the bend, 3 figures stand on the bridge, striking imposing, at least fanciful poses. Wind cloaks whipping in the wind, I have been told. So what would anybody like to do?
Hail and well met. Do you care to state your name and business?
Look over at our friend.
Oh, Lucky, I needed to tell you something because you did the ear to the ground thing.
Yes.
There is something super heavy south of here.
Not them.
No, they came from the north.
Just
There
making
is
sure.
there is something heavier than everybody.
Like,
to the south.
so, like, that's alive, or is it a building? Because I
Oh
should be
no,
able to
it's moving. It's walking.
Oh, great, coming towards us?
It's south. Seems to be heading in this general direction. Yeah.
Then strike that. Instead, I stand, Normally I'd have more time for pleasantries, but we may have something pretty nasty incoming, so as quickly as possible, please state your name and business. Thank you very much.
What language do you say that in, Lucky?
Trading speak,
Okay.
right? That's what we decide, yes.
Trade speak.
Trade speak.
Duncan looks over to Shaq and to Laroon. Right, I got speak to all of that, and for you guys that do not know, trade speak is kind of the like Esperanto of languages. It mixes words from every sort of language. There's a very Italian sort of hand gesture-y motion that goes with it. It is mostly used in markets, in interactions with gnomes, and it's got some heavy gnomish tendencies to it. Yeah. You guys did describe yourselves, right? Yeah.
Not at all.
Oh, I thought you did.
Not even a little bit, no.
Well, now's the time to do that.
Yeah, that's...
I thought you did. I got
No.
lost. Please describe what the other people see to each other.
So yes, standing cloak dramatically whipping inlay wind. Standing at about 5'6" is a human female. She looks very young, but still holds herself with great confidence. Skin, you could tell, was at one point very pale and porcelain, but has been weathered by a lot of time outside. Freckles across the nose, little bit of sunburn, starting to tan in certain places. And she has dirty blonde hair. It's braided for it's braided and tucked out of the way for practicality. You can tell it's that sort of hair that's I leave these braids in for weeks at a time without having to touch them. They just get to live there now. But it's probably pretty long and thick, you can tell whenever she has it down. Dark green eyes. And yeah, that's her. She looks like she's always ready to throw down, despite her size being a little counterintuitive to that. Like I said, 5'6", tallish, but slender. So she doesn't look like she could fight, but she looks like she wants to fight.
Okay. Valis.
When you look at Valis, he is a 6'5" tall. He is very slender, but there are under the traveling cloak he wears. You're not sure if you see any armor or not. He has very light blonde hair that goes far down. He's wearing a hat which covers what would be very pointed ears. And he goes ahead and he stands there with an air of what might once have been mistaken for superiority, but now is just a weathered expression of knowledge of the past and the present and a terrifying future.
Torgan.
So what you see is a very large, very tall man, about maybe like 6'8" or so, with a really pale skin, like some blonde, like slightly blondish brown hair going down his back, and he's got like a beard, and he's got like a shorter maintained beard. He's got blue eyes, and he has like armor.
Are you long hair Triple H?
No, I am not long hair Triple H. That would be
Now
great,
you
though.
are. Now you absolutely are.
No.
This is
You know
canon.
what? You know what? It's canon. I'm
It's all about the game.
I am Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Which means I gotta do the voice. And I am wearing armor, like hide armor. I've got like leftover like a bear skin, like the claws are just kind of like hanging like right here. I've got like pointed claws for punching things just in case they get too close. He cuts quite an impressive figure.
Okay. And you guys see, let's start with Shaq.
Shaq is quite possibly the biggest orc you have ever seen. He's at least 7 foot tall, and we all know that can't be taught. But he's not quite as muscly as you think he would be for being as tall as he is. I mean, he's not a slouch, but he's not as thick as you think he would be. He's got very long tusks, and his hair sort of shaved on the sides and back in that wonderful, wonderful man ponytail. And he doesn't wear any armor whatsoever, but he has his hands wrapped. And you notice this is probably not the orc you want to pick a fight with.
Okay.
Torgan wants to pick a fight with him.
Laroon.
Laroon stands at about 5'9". If you could tell with his age, probably about middle ages, his hair is brown with white stripes and very, very unkempt, just like he does not care about it whatsoever. He just lets it go and lets it do its own thing. And his most disconcerting thing, other than his face, is the fact that his skin is very gray and very like a whitish gray and unhealthy look.
Mm. Okay. Well, this stands before you. Then there's a very old sort of hair kind of shaved, because he's been in the army for a while. Thick white beard, a little Duncan is hobbling along with him. He's got his axes out. He's got them in his hands, and So yeah, he looks at his friends and he's like, I picked up speak. They all, you understand that weird sort of blah, 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 blah.
No, I got what you said.
Oh, all right. What was it?
She wants us to identify ourselves.
What
Oh,
language
right,
are they speaking now?
They're speaking Dwarven. They're
Good.
speaking.
Nope.
They're speaking. Well, okay. Then
Okay,
Duncan.
actually, I didn't have that. I took. Yeah, I will take Dwarven if that's the case. I can do that for RP purposes.
Okay. Duncan is speaking Old Clan Dwarven. He is speaking the Durgan clan dialect.
Mhm.
So what did you guys think you were speaking?
We all
I can-
discussed.
I didn't know. We discussed trader.
That's
No,
why I said traitor, because that's
That's
what we
gr-
discussed
no,
being our common
that is-
language.
That is great for you guys. Not everybody knows it. Dunk does not. He trade speak is nice because everybody can kind of pick up a word or two, and those that speak it together can communicate. And I'm glad that you guys all picked a language you
is
could
Spanish.
use. But
Got it.
Duncan does not. So, so that's just important to note.
I can
I
be
will
used
take
as a
hold
translator
of
between.
Ernlander.
Oh, all right. Well, somebody tell her that we're here looking for an Easterner.
We're here looking for the Easterner. We're looking for a specific group.
And
Just
what
that was
are
a
your
Francisco.
plans? Where are you supposed to take the Easterner?
They want to know where
You-
the Eastern is supposed to be taken.
Uh-huh. Right. What do you think? We tell them or we don't?
I don't trust them.
I don't trust them either. They're skinny.
If that's the
Who's
person
skinny?
we're looking for, then they'll know where they need to go.
All right. Yeah.
They sure ask a lot of questions for people who haven't identified themselves.
In Dwarvish, which they are speaking to each other, I will answer, yeah, that's how these things usually work.
Oh! You speak a bit of the tongue, do you?
Little bit.
All right, then. I like them now. I like them more, at least. There's a trading tower. This is the trading post. There's a tower back over that way. Cody's just gonna slip between accents all night, and
That's fine. I'm still settling on Lucky's voice, and it's just gonna be weird for a while. But
We've
she's
all
been wandering for a
accepted it.
long time. She's picked up dialects from all the fuck over the place.
is that Keith's way of telling me I'm bad at it, or is just a wibbly
No,
wobbly?
that's just the wibbly wobbly accents for all of us.
Yeah, we're on board. Yeah, so Duncan is gonna say that there's a nearby watchtower that they're from Durgan's Rock.
That's what we are looking for, correct?
Yeah, you think so?
Good. And just one more question. Not for nothing. Do you happen to know of anything large and probably beast-like that lives to the south? Perhaps.
I look at Shaq.
Larger than him.
There's no such thing.
Let's hope we don't find out. Anything? Bears, dragons, orcs, trolls. They're not orcs. Trolls.
Dragons haven't been in these lands in an age.
No, that's what I was hoping. However,
Sort of scratches his head and thinks about it. he hasn't heard of anything that big being around here in a very long time.
Well, just in case then, we should probably get moving.
Well, I don't think we should just be standing here.
That's a good point.
Well, let's head back then and get the quarry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's not call them the quarry.
You
Why
guys
not?
follow each other across the bridge and over to the boat. I'd like all of you to make me perception checks.
$13.
10 for Lucky, 14 for Laroon, 16 for Valis. Nicely
10
done.
for Shaq.
10 for
Free
Shaq.
throws.
All day long, buddy. All day long.
Clang.
Valis and Duncan. Valis, you sort of notice Duncan pause. You guys cross the bridge over to the side with the trading building and like the two low ruins that you guys haven't really checked out or looked through. And as you cross the bridge and you start to head back up towards the boat where it's in its little slip, Duncan pauses and he turns and he looks up the old caravan path that leads in from the south. It follows along the river. It's wide and it's broad enough on your side of the river where you guys are now for people to sort of drive wagons up and horses and stuff like that. And on the other side, it's actually very small. But he pauses and he looks over there. You turn your attention that direction as well. And you can hear the... what languages do you speak, Valis? We're not... Yeah.
Sorry. Vilas speaks High Elf, Erlander, and Orcish.
Okay. It reminds you of Orcish, but it is different. And you can... It sounds very high-pitched, kind of yippy. And when Duncan sees that you've stopped, he looks at you and he's like... And he motions to his ear, and he points at you.
And I nod my head in agreement.
And he starts to get a little alerted, and he's going to say to his friends in Dwarven, "Lads, we better get low. I think something's coming up." And he's going to actually. So there's two sets of walls, and then there's a building. He's gonna head for the one that's in the middle. The building is the closest to the south. Still has a bit of a roof. He's going to head to the middle sort of broken out wall buildings over there. And when he gets over there, you see him sort of turn and look, and there's the floor is still there. There's like a broken... is anybody following him? Am I just describing this for him?
Yeah, I wanted to go as well.
Okay. So
and
Lucky
as I
and
mentioned in the chat, I do grab my hidden weapon before we get out of the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I
Lucky
would,
and Laroon...
I would
Go
also
ahead.
go with him.
So, okay. When he sees more than two people coming like to the same place, he's just like, "What are you doing? Spread
Oh, no.
out, spread out."
Yeah.
So, we don't want to be all together. You, go over there. And he sort of, Torgan, he's going to gesture. You can send you closer to the full house. It's got walls and like a kind of a door, but you would be closer to whatever is coming up, or you can go further up away from them. So Lucky and Laroon, when you guys get behind the wall, Duncan sort of.
Can I get on the roof and get low?
You want to go? So that's a
Yeah.
different building. You can't
Okay.
make me an athletics check.
Yeah, I would like to try to do that instead, actually, because I can and stick crouch.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Oh, a lot of 10s for me tonight. Athletics. No. 11.
11. I'm gonna say you go to get up there, and the wood is dry, and you realize it probably couldn't have held your weight anyway. So like when you grab a
Right.
piece, it breaks off in your hand, and you're like, well, that's a poor choice.
Well, then I'll just tuck into a wall then.
Okay, so you get into the building with the roof on it. You're behind a door. That has most of the walls. Duncan is in the middle building area. He's short, so he gets real low, kind of below a wall there. Laroon, you notice that there's actually a staircase that goes down, sort of like a basement in that middle building as you follow Duncan. Torgan, where did you end up?
I probably wound up near the closest, like under the other building. Probably just like right inside whatever doorway is available, so that I can see what's going on in the general area.
Okay, Torgan, you get into that building with Lucky. You guys find places. Valis, where are you going? I see that Laroon went down the stairs. Thank you, Laroon. I appreciate it.
Well, you're explaining these 3 buildings that are over to the one side, correct?
Thank you for
Correct.
the raid campfire quest. Hi.
Hey, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome to campaign
Hooray.
launch of midnight.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I'm going to show you guys the title bar again because I think it looks good. So
It's
here you
real
go.
purdy.
Yeah, Midnight 5th, not 2nd,
It is.
5th edition. Yeah, so there's the Night Guy. He's a Night King right there. Scary Night King. Okay, Valis, where did you go?
Sorry, you were explaining 3 buildings that were all to one side, correct?
Yeah, those are the only buildings around here.
Is there nothing on the other side like that I could, like trees or shrubbery that I could hide behind?
No trees, no shrubbery, just rocks. You'd have to cross the bridge and get like up the mountain path that Shaq and Laroon traveled down. You could also get on the boat. There is still the boat with Rion on it. So those are your options.
I'm going to stand at the base of the ramp going up to the boat, just kind of protect.
Okay. At the base of the ramp going up to the boat. So you are exposed at this point.
Sure.
You want... Okay. That is up to you. Shaq, where are you going?
He can't really hide, so as much cover as he can possibly get.
Okay. Yeah, you have to like lay prone to get behind some of these walls.
He does not go prone.
He does not go prone. Okay. So you crouch down. I will take stealth checks from everybody except for Valis. You are out in the open. Shaq, yours is going to be at disadvantage because you did not go prone, but I will take stealth checks from everybody else.
Hey, actually, I'm not gonna use a luck yet. I'm just gonna be exposed, apparently.
Okay.
That's an 8. It's a nice 8.
Ooh.
I'll put it in the chat.
That's a 10.
Okay. Torgan on a 10, Laroon on a 16, Lucky on an 8.
Looks
Shaq the
like I'm not the
Powerful
only one exposed.
on a 6.
I just did it out of solidarity. You know, if everyone else had hidden, I would have been like, look. But since one of our guys is clearly going to be seen, I'm like, you know what? I'll be seen. It's fine.
Okay. You guys sort of hide, sort of don't. And as you guys are watching, coming up the path, you see a bunch of little sort of orange-skinned, spotted, and they're spotted in green and sort of long kind of snouts, thick noses, big ears, sort of these twisted halfling-like creatures. I will say you guys all probably recognize them as goblins. And they're dressed in military garb of the shadow. And there's about 6 of them up front, and 6 of them seem to be further back behind. And they are yelling at each other in Goblin. Does anybody speak Goblin? I would not expect you to. Those of you that speak Orcish, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. 3 people speak Orcish.
I speak Black Speak too, if that matters.
Okay, yeah, Blackspeak. Blackspeak is like the trader's tongue of the shadow.
Of darkness and evil.
Yep. It's the black tongue. Those of you that speak Orcish or Blackspeak, you understand part of what they're saying. The points that you pick up are that they have to hurry up. They're supposed to get to the tower, and then one of them is yelling at the others to stop, and something about the bridge. Those are the points that
here.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say you get one. You're gonna have right now. They have not like locked eyes on you. You're just sort of hearing them. This is your last round before they're gonna round that bend enough so that the first goblins will be in eyesight of you, and them of you of them. You guys see each other.
We might as well.
Can I just abandon stealth entirely?
Mm-hmm.
And try and get to the point where, like, as soon as they round the bend, I just wham.
Sure, you can do that.
Can I roll like a history or something check, just general intelligence, to see if I would know if I outrank them from my previous rank?
Yeah, you probably would. Orcs very much sit above goblins in the army's hierarchy. But the question is, do you outrank their commander that gave them orders?
Yep. I'm still going to try and use my class feature to pull rank.
Okay. So you stand up, you start to go out that way. Anything, Valis, Lucky, or Laroon?
I go off to meet them.
You start going to meet them.
I am going to try again. I'm going to try to just get in a better vantage point then. If he is going just directly to meet them, I'd like to counter so that they wouldn't be looking right at me. If he's trying to draw their eye, but stand in a place where I can still aim and be ready to take a shot if I need to.
Okay. Yeah.
But without not like right behind him, like listen to him or die, but like off to the side where if they're paying attention to this giant fucking orc, I could still shoot from a blind spot.
Okay.
Roundabouts, how far am I away from Torgan and Shaq?
From Torgan and Shaq, 60 feet.
Beautiful. I'm going to say about where I am then.
Okay. As the goblins start to round the corner, the first one that is there sees Shaq coming up, super hard to miss, and he sort of stops and yips in Goblin, and it starts. He turns. He says something to his friends in Goblin, and then he turns and in Black speech is going to say to Shaq, "We weren't expecting somebody to come and collect the thing."
You broke up there a little bit. Come and collect.
We weren't expecting someone to come and collect the golem.
Did you honestly think they would entrust this task to someone like you?
Make an intimidation check.
Sure.
I'll give you advantage on it too, just based on history and life. Okay, 16
19.
plus 19. All right. Yeah, he sort of looks at you and I'll toss a die just to see some fun. He looks at you and goes, I was not trusted. I was required. I was ordered. I do orders. I do orders good.
Good. Keep following orders.
Okay. On board. So, we go?
Let's go.
Okay. And he turns to them and he sort of says some things in Goblin, and then they'll say something. They trade a couple of sentences, and he turns back to you and goes, you think the bridge will hold?
Maybe that's why you were asked to carry it across.
Oh, we can't carry it.
You
Look.
should try.
He sort of turns super slowly, and you guys see coming up the path, Shaq, you can now see probably 10, 15 feet away, there is a stone golem, a large stone golem. Looks like it was hastily constructed, but it is there with them. One of the goblins, not one of the ones you've been working with, the other one starts to walk past you to go to the bridge. Torgan, you see a goblin pass where you had prepared your blade.
So, honestly, Torgan has no idea what they were saying.
No clue.
So
You don't speak orc or trade or black tongue. As far as you know, this dude might have just sold you out.
Yep. So, I will trigger my battle fury,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as he walks right by, just whoop-bam, and try and just essentially decapitate him.
Okay.
With.
Let's do this. Let's. You make your attack roll, and then we'll roll for initiative.
Okay.
You have advantage.
and
He is surprised.
Okay. Then Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Okay. That is a 21.
Yeah, absolutely hits.
Okay, so that is 2d6 plus 5, so that's 11 plus 10. That's 21 points of damage.
His head comes off and goes flying, and you hear the screech and squeal of all of those goblins freak the F out. I'd like everybody to roll for initiative, please.
I go so late. Okay, great.
Hey, you go before I do.
Okay, so my goblins are on a 20. Is anybody above a 20? Natural 18 plus 2. So it is goblins. 19, 18, 17, 16.
18.
18 is Torgen.
17 for Laroon.
17 for Laroon. Valis, what's your number? Nope, can't hear you.
7.
7. Shaq, what's your number?
14.
14. Okay, so Shaq next. What did
And Lucky
have?
got 8.
Okay, so Shaq, Lucky got 8. My stone golem is on a 7. So it is Shaq, Lucky, Golem, and V. I'm going to say that the Golem is not surprised because it's just programmed to kill non-goblins, non-orcs, non-creep people of the shadow. But the goblins are surprised. So they spend their turn watching their friend's head fly across the battlefield. And then they're like, whoa? Torgen, you're up.
Okay, I will move up to the group of goblins,
Okay.
and I will say, I'm trying to get this voice right. I have killed orcs. I have killed goblins. No one yet has found a way to kill me. Will it be you? I don't think so. And I will attack recklessly.
Okay.
Also with Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
Ooh, that probably doesn't hit. That's a 9.
A 9 does not hit.
Yeah. So, yeah, I miss.
That is, so you come wildly around the corner, swinging as you are yelling at them in some language that they do
don't
not understand. But they do know enough of it. They know kill, and they know goblin, and they know orc, and so they get the gist of it. After Torgen, Laroon.
I was in the house down the stairs. So approximately how far away from?
I'm going to say if you were down the stairs, you are 80 feet away. 80 feet from the closest goblin.
Okay, I'm going to run up the stairs.
Okay.
And use. Yeah, I'm just going to run up the stairs and use my action to dash and try to get as close as I can.
Okay, you go dashing 60 feet. You come within line of sight. You can see Torgen surrounded by what are now looks like 11 goblins that are rushing to get their weapons out. And then beyond them, you see a very big stone golem. Hastily
Holy
made.
shit.
Yeah, but definitely made of solid stone and rock. After Laroon, Shaq.
Shaq is going to try and move over to the golem,
Okay.
assuming that he's hopefully not going to get attacked as he's walking towards this golem.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to attack the golem.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, so you're going to walk past all the goblins and attack the golem.
Correct.
Okay. There were a lot of G's in there, and I started to get confused for a moment. Oh!
Natural 20!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll hit. roll some damage.
12 damage.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I know
Fury
the
of
answer to
blows?
this. Is that damage magical?
It is not.
And what did you attack with?
Fists.
You reel back and you punch the crap out of this golem, and not a dent, nothing. Your hand hurts more. It doesn't even acknowledge that you just tried to hit it. And the goblins look around you. Make me a deception check if you want to try to play that off like you are not intentionally trying to hurt the golem.
I was just testing it.
Solid. Real solid.
19.
19. All right, we're gonna give them a roll here. Oh yeah, they're like, no, it's good, Gollum. Gollum is good.
It's
You're
solid.
fine. Super solid, Gollum. Okay, after Shaq, Lucky.
Fuck. Okay. Sorry, I was in the bathroom. Did anyone other than Shaq hit it?
Torgan has beheaded a goblin and then failed to behead a second one.
Amazing. I
And-
would.
Shaq just snuckily walked over there and tried to punch the golem.
No, I saw that. These would be servants of the enemy, correct?
They are servants of
Good.
the enemy.
Amazing. Thank you, Hunter of Shadows. I automatically get a +2 on all attacks made against them.
Nice.
So I am just gonna try to shoot my way through a few of them.
Okay.
That's a lie. 1. I can't do an extra attack until next level, but yes, that's a natural 18 plus a bunch
That'll
of shit.
to a goblin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's,
absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I assumed. I'm shooting, by the way.
That's, I mean,
so-
it was a goblin or the golem.
Nah, I'm a shoot a goblin.
Okay, shoot a goblin.
Peel through these. It is a d6 plus my dex and my proficiency, correct? For a bow.
Just dex.
Just dex for the attack. Good. Amazing. Or for the damage.
Correct.
So 5 points of damage, unless that +2 is to attacks and just attacks. Oh yes, 2 damage. Sorry, it is all of your attacks do +2 damage. It's not a +2 to attack. It's +2 to the damage. So
Okay.
that is going to be 7 points of damage to this
7 is
goblin.
exactly what you need.
Hey!
As you step out from behind the building, you step out of cover. They can see you. You let loose an arrow through the back of the goblin that had been talking, just saying, "Good Gollum!"
Drops dead. And then
Drops dead.
and then I'll fold back behind my cover. I'm gonna do the
Okay.
pop out and shoot thing.
Okay, I'm going to give you 3/4 cover
That's fine.
from where they're at. So that is it for Lucky. Gollum is up next. The Gollem is going to move 30 feet. It's going to move past the golems, past the goblins that are there. It does not recognize Shaq as a enemy at the moment. Torgan, you are within 30 feet of it. It is going to make a couple of slam attacks on you. So it raises its mighty fist, and it is going to come away with 2 slam attacks. That is a 22 and a 25 to hit. What is your armor class, Torgan?
A 16.
A 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing they can do to help you out for that. So that is going to be... do you want the average or you want me to roll it?
Do whatever you want.
I'm going to give you the average. So that is 19 points of damage plus 19 points of damage. Are you resistant to damage at the moment? Because you're rage?
I am, yes.
Okay, so that's going to be 10, 20 points of damage to you.
Oof. All right. Whew.
So, as it comes up, the stone golem, which is, it bears the visage of, looks like an orc sort of warrior face strapped onto the body of golem, dwarven sort of make and design, rears back these massive stone fists and just punches you once, punches you twice. And, it hurts. So after the golem, Valis.
10-4. Valis is going to walk up 30 feet closer to the fray, still about 30 feet away from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, first things first, I'm going to use a sorcery point, and I'm going to quicken a spell of Cure Wounds onto Torgen.
Okay.
An 8. There we go. So that's 14. You gain 14. Sorry.
You have to touch Torgen to do Cure Wounds.
That was the bonus action for. Oh, not quicken. My apologies. I wanted to use one to distance spell. It makes any touch spell 30 feet.
There you go.
So that will be my action, is to 1 point to do that. So you gain 14 hit points back.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
And then I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to go ahead and make a spell that would take an action into a bonus action, and I'm going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement on the stone golem.
Okay.
Sorcerers, man.
Ray of Enfeeblement.
Yes.
What type of saving throw is that?
It's not a save. I actually have to attack.
Okay, make your attack.
That is plus my spell attack. That's 15 plus a 6 for 21.
21 does hit.
Okay, so all attacks he makes that are strength based are, I think they're done either at disadvantage or they do half damage. I think it's disadvantage.
Okay. That sounds
I'm
good.
double checking that for you now.
Please. After Valis, Rianne and Durgan come out of the boat and they look at what is happening, and half damage. Thank you, half damage. They look at what is happening and she casts a spell. He comes. He pulls. What are these specialty sort of throwing knives that the elves of the Danasil, the jungle elves, use, and one of them is a sepik, which is sort of a hand blade that curves around it. The other one is just a throwing knife, and he's gonna come forward 30 feet and chuck it at a golem or at a goblin. It is going to hit, and he's gonna deal just a couple of points of damage. That one is still up, unfortunately. Duncan is gonna come running up next to Torgen, and is going to think better of that because the golem is right there, so he doesn't get next to Torgen. He's gonna start to head across the bridge, but he's gonna he starts yelling at Shaq and Laroon. We can't stay here. We gotta go. That's a damned golem. That is it. We're back to the top for the goblins. So the goblins that are there, 2 of them are going to rush over and attack Duncan. Duncan against the goblins. Why did I pick so many? Geez, I didn't. It's just what the nature thing said. We roll the 2d20. They get +5 to each. 14 barely hits him. So that is going to be, just doing averages, 5 points of damage. Duncan isn't super hardy, so he's not quite bloodied yet, but he sort of is like, you can watch him sort of cough and spit as he's still yelling for you guys to follow him. That is 2 of the remaining 12 golems. They're just going to come. Goblins. Blins. So the blintzes are going to they're going to ignore
Great,
Torgan,
now I'm hungry.
and they're going to run past him because they're like, oh, big guy's got him. And they're going to take off running towards, they can close the, 2 of them close the distance on Laroon. 2 of them close the distance on Lucky. And then the others are running towards Valis and towards Laroon, Valis, Rion, and Dargan. So let's do 2 attacks on Lucky. 24 and a 14.
24 hits, 14 misses.
5 points of damage. 2 attacks on Laroon. A 11 is going to miss, and a natural 1 is going to break its spear. And you watch him he goes to stab, and it's well made, but it's not well made enough. You watch the head of the spear sort of fall off. Now he's just got a stick. The other goblins that are running up, push the wrong button, sorry, stream, my bad, are going to unsling some short bows, 2 shots at Valis. 17 is the higher one. 17 is going to hit. That is 5 points of damage to you, Valis. 2 attacks on Rion. Both of those would hit, but she casts shield. And so both of those arrows, as she raises her arm, you just see sort of this bubble appear around her, and they deflect out of the way as she stands there assessing the situation. So that has been 2, 4, 6, 8.
Who
10.
do we appreciate? Sorry.
2 more, 2 shots on Dargan. Oh, I just chucked a bunch of dice. One of those with a 15 is going to hit Dargan, and he is going to suffer 5 points of damage as well. That is it for the goblins. Torgan.
Okay, so how many goblins?
The only goblins that are near you are, because there's the golem. They're like, he's fine. The closest ones are the ones that are fighting Duncan.
Okay.
And you would have to, you could move, it's 15 feet, but you would be leaving the stone golem's damage range.
Because I don't think there's anything I can do against it.
Probably not.
Maybe there's
Yeah.
a button we could turn off.
Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the attack of opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to go attempt to attack the goblins.
Okay. So, attack of opportunity from Leg Golem. I can't see it. What is it? Tell me what it is. Did I roll a 5?
Yeah.
It says you rolled 5.
5. Great. Okay, 15 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. All right. Yeah, you go wide, and it comes swinging across. You duck just out of the way. It grazes along your armor. You do get next to the dwarvish fellow. What would you like to do?
Reckless attack.
Reckless attack. Okay.
That is a 26 to hit.
Definitely hits. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 16 points of damage.
Yeah. Dead golem. Dead goblin. Goblin.
Okay.
Goblin.
And I can use my Great Weapon Master feat to attack to use my bonus action to attack the other goblin.
Yes. Blinn.
Next time we're just killing. It's got to be something else, okay? Kobolds.
You guys are only fighting orcs the rest of the night. The rest of this
the
game.
campaign. Yeah.
The rest of this whole campaign, you will only fight orcs.
Just
a variety
do
of
it as
them.
the construct.
The construct. Thank you.
That's a 25 to hit.
A 25 to hit does hit.
And that's 11 points of damage.
That's another one dead. Okay.
How many goblins are left?
10.
10. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So after that, I'll just kind of I'll just stand there then. There's nothing really else I can do.
Okay. After Torgon, Laroon.
So you said that the golem had an orcish-like face.
Yep.
Seeing Torgon down the two goblins that were going after Dunk, and my hatred for orcs burning bright within me, I'm going after the golem.
Okay. I believe there were two goblins that were attacking you, right? So they're going to make the attacks of opportunity. And you are accepting of that. So we roll that.
Yep.
Natural 3 and a natural 1. Those are going to miss for sure. And another broken short sword this time.
Yippee!
I'm going to activate my burst of speed.
Okay, burst of speed.
Natural 18 plus 7.
25 does hit. The golem has a natural armor class of 18, or 17, excuse me. So you definitely hit. What are you attacking with?
With my Warhammer, which, because of my class feature, my damage is radiant damage, and it ignores resistances and immunities.
Okay.
Hell yeah!
Well, there we go.
For minimum damage, for 6 points of radiant.
6 points of radiant.
And second attack, because of burst of speed. Is going to be a 16.
16 does not hit. So the total damage was 6? Got it. Thank you. Okay. After Laroon, Shaq.
Shaq is just going to look around, realizing that there's not much that he can do. So he's going to try to persuade everyone and shout in both Dark Speak and Traitor Speak that we need to get this thing across the bridge, gesturing to the large construct.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. Okay, with a natural 5 on the dice. So, I can't hear you, Shaq, if you're talking to me.
5.
5. Yep. The goblins look at you. They kind of understand what you're saying, but they're also in the middle of killing Fae, dwarves, at least humans. Like, they're doing their job. They're like, that's weird. We should kill these guys. Anything else you're gonna do?
I'm gonna run up next to as many of them as I possibly can, and just be like I'm going to fight beside them, but not take any action.
Okay, so yeah, you spend your action, you dash over to get, I think the closest group of them was the ones
Speed
that...
is not an issue for me.
Oh, speed is not an issue for you.
I have a movement speed of 50.
Oh, wow, no it is.
Jesus.
No, it is
What
not.
are you? Ha!
I'm really
big
tall
Big orc
and a
move
monk.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you end up next to the ones that had attempted to attack Laroon. After Shaq is Lucky.
Ha! I heard him say that we're trying to get the thing across the bridge, yeah?
Yeah.
All of our people are out of the boat and across the bridge, correct? So that when this heavy...
None of your people have crossed the bridge.
We need them to cross the bridge, so that this heavy-ass thing that will probably break the bridge doesn't strand our people. So I would like to run out and try to offer suppressing fire, and try to get our people.
There are two goblins right next to you.
I'm gonna kill them first.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab,
Okay.
because they're in melee with me now.
They are. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab one of them.
Okay.
Papa! Yes, natural 19.
That hits.
Yep. What the hell? It's a dagger! I don't have a real sword! So I crouch down and pull it out of my shoe and just... Where the hell are my D4s? 4 points of damage!
Okay. Does that count your...
Nope. 6 points of damage.
Does that count your dex?
Yes, I rolled a 1 on my die.
Okay, I'm just checking.
So plus my dex, which is a 3, so 4, plus the +2 because they're enemies of the whatever. So that is 6.
Okay, barely holding on. Is that goblin?
I don't think I have bonus actions or anything.
You can, if you drop your bow, bonus action attack with another dagger.
I realized my beginning only starts me with a simple weapon. I have 1 dagger. I do not have 2.
Okay.
So I can't.
Okay.
Thanks, though.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do I want a what?
You can make a unarmed melee strike.
Actually, can I stab him in the face with an arrow?
I'll call it an improvised weapon. Sure.
That's fine. Can I do the Legolas? Stab, shoot.
No, you have a dagger in one hand and a bow
I know.
in the other.
That was a joke. I'd also already taken my turn, but that's what he does. Yeah.
I know
Right.
he does.
I know. 15 to hit.
That does hit.
Improvised weapons a D4.
No, it's just going to be 1 point of piercing damage.
That's fine. I the same guy.
Yes.
Just to down him.
That is enough to down him.
Which sucks because I rolled a 4 on my D4.
No, so
Fine.
sorry. Okay, after Lucky is the Golem. The Golem is going to take 2 attacks on Laroon. That is a 21 and a 29 to hit. That does hit. And you are going to take 19 points of damage twice. That is 38 points of damage.
Halved because he is enfeebled.
Halved because he is
Ooh.
enfeebled.
Hey.
That's correct.
Thank you, enfeebled. Valis, man. Killing it.
Is there a save against enfeebled at the end of his turn?
Yes, at the end of his turn, con save of 14.
Okay. So then, yeah, it's just 19 points of damage, Laroon, and a Constitution saving throw for the Golem. Natural 2, but he has quite the Constitution.
Don't you say legendary resistance.
He doesn't have legendary resistance. He does have magic resistance against saving throws, so he does have advantage. So a 2 and a 9 are the rolls. 9 is going to be it. And then looks like he's got a +5 for a 13. 14 for a 14. So he
14
does save.
meets it, beats it.
Yep. Does save.
Oh,
Okay. That is it for the golem. Valis.
First things first, I'm going to bonus action healing word our little dwarven buddy who looks like he's gotten hit a couple of times.
Duncan. Okay.
That's 2 + 4. He gains 6 hit points.
He hears you and he feels the energy creep over him, and his eyes go wide, and he does not understand what just happened.
That's fine.
This is unknown to him.
And then I'm
What
going
else?
to cast what's coming at me right now?
2 goblins are running at you, and 2 of them had shot at the 2 shot at you
Okay, how far away are they?
within 30 feet. They're gonna make it to you next turn.
Beautiful. I'm going to cast Witch Bolt on one of
Okay.
the 2. That'll be a 14 plus. It's a 20 to hit.
Yes, definitely hits.
Okay, so that deals 1d12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. Sounds good. Anything else, Valis?
I'm gonna back up a little bit, but I'm gonna stay within 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so you back up a little bit. The one that you witch bolted and his buddy, they're just gonna take 2 more shots at you as they go. That is a 21 and an 11 to hit. The 21 should
21
hit.
hits, 11 misses.
Yep, 5 points of damage to you, Valis. Shaq, the 2 that you were standing next to turn around, and they're gonna go chase down Laroon. If you would like to make an attack of opportunity, now's your chance.
Yep.
Okay.
Help.
A 12 barely hits, I believe. Double checking.
It's actually, yeah, it is a 12.
It is a 12. Yeah, 12 barely. The one, because they. The spears. Yeah, that hits. Go for it.
Also, I got hit for 5, which I did a concentration check for my Witch Bolt, and it was 9 plus 3 for a 12.
Absolutely. Still concentrating.
7 damage.
7 points of damage is enough to drop that goblin.
Can I Fury of Blows the other guy?
No, because it's not your turn. This is your reaction.
Got it.
Okay. So 6 of them are down. 8 remain. 2 have already attacked. 1 just got dropped there. 1 is going to attack, run down, and actually, when he sees Shaq attack his friend, kill his friend by punching him, he
couldn't deal with the Shack attack.
Yeah, he could not
That
deal with
Shaq
Shaq
foo.
attack. He's gonna turn around and be like, "You punched too hard. That's not nice." He's gonna try to stab you.
Stop making me like the goblins, okay? I'm
I'm
just
sorry,
hearing Kobe and I love it.
I'm sorry. You punched too hard.
Thank you.
9 to hit you, Shaq.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. Okay, so I have used 1, 2, 3. I have 5 remaining. 1 is going to attack Lucky. A 14 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. Torgan, you had helped out that guy. 2 of them are going to attack Dorgan. Yep. He's gonna take one more hit, and the other two that had shot at Rion are gonna kind of look around and be like, I don't know. She deflected our arrows last time. We should do better. So they're gonna pick some random targets. One is gonna shoot at Valis. The other one is gonna shoot at Lucky. 13 Valis. Miss. And a 16 Lucky. 5 points of damage.
That's fine.
Okay. That is it for the goblins. Torgan.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, are there any goblins like on right now?
No, there are. You dropped the ones that were fighting Duncan, and so there are none in your immediate vicinity.
Okay. So are there any that are being attacked? Where are the goblins that are in melee range with like somebody, like either Shaq or Laroon or something like that?
There is one in melee range with Shaq, and then there is one in melee range with Lucky. There is those are the guys that are in melee. Oh, there is two in melee range with Dargan.
Okay, then I will go to the two that are in melee range with Dargan.
Okay.
I will also yell to everyone using my free action. Run to the other side of the bridge.
Okay.
And I will attack one of the ones. So I have a feature called Brotherhood that is advantage on an attack if target is threatened by at least one ally.
Yes.
So I don't have to reckless. That is a 22 to hit.
That does hit.
And that is 7 points of damage.
Exactly what you needed to drop that goblin.
Then I will use my bonus action to attack the other one.
Okay.
And that is a 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Yeah. And that's another
Bring him down.
11 plus 5, 16 points of damage.
One more goblin hits the deck.
And then do I have any movement left?
No. Your full movement was getting over there.
Okay. Then I will just stand there and tell everyone to run to the other side of the bridge. Continue.
Okay. After Turgan is Laroon.
I'm gonna try to hit the bitch.
Do it.
Natural fucking 20.
All right.
Good job.
Which I believe, if yep, savage attacks. When I score a critical, I roll my damage dice an additional time.
Where'd you get? Oh, for being part orc.
Yep.
So, what? Your warhammer? It's a warhammer.
Yes, Warhammer. Yeah.
So is that what is it? D10.
D8.
D8. Okay. Great. So you roll 3d8.
$19 points of radiant damage.
Okay. 19 points of radiant damage. Yeah, there's a bright flash of light as you attack it. Okay.
Burst of speed attack.
Okay.
That's gonna be another 16.
16 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 total misses. So those second attacks aren't coming through for you, unfortunately. Okay.
Action surge. I'm going to disengage and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Disengage. Which way are you going?
Across the bridge.
Across the bridge. All right. You take off running across the bridge that has been cleared. Okay. After Laroon, Shaq.
How many goblins still up?
So there are a total of 6 goblins still up, one of them in melee with you.
I'm going to say, get across the bridge and punch him in the face.
Okay. Oh. It was like 42. That's not possible. Yeah, 18. 18 does hit, so go ahead and roll your damage on that, Shaq.
Four
4 points of damage. This one has been undamaged, I believe. So it's still up.
You know what
And
I'm
now-
going to do?
Yeah, go for it. Do your
Pow
thing.
pow!
Pop, pop.
Up.
What's he trying to say? Pop what magnitude? Pop what?
13.
13 hits.
Another 4.
4 is enough to drop it.
And do I still get movement? Because I was action, bonus, and movement.
Yeah, you get movement.
Then I'm going to take my movement to get to the front, like not get on the bridge, but right at the front of the bridge, and
Okay.
gesture everyone towards it.
Okay. So yeah, you get over there for people to start to make their way across the bridge. After Shaq is Lucky.
There's still the other guy in melee with me.
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know what their armor class is, but this isn't pretty. Do we know? We already know what their armor class is, right? Because hold on.
At least 13.
I'm gonna use luck then. I'm gonna use my luck. First luck of the day.
Okay.
No. Went from a 4 to a natural 1. So luck is not on her side right now.
Okay.
I
So-
do not hit, and that die is going back in the box tonight.
Since you are the first player to natural 1, I am
You're
going to
welcome.
let you know. Natural 1s chip away at your weapons.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
your damage with that weapon is
With
now
my
a
tiny
negative,
dagger.
is now a -1. Yeah.
Fuck that.
So
Oh,
unless you have another point of luck you want to
I
use.
do. That's good to know. I will in fact burn a second luck point just so that doesn't happen.
Okay.
You rolled another natural one.
Yes, I did, and I'm gonna burn a third luck point.
Didn't you
Wait,
already
fine.
use one earlier in the day?
No,
A luck point?
I haven't used any
No
yet.
luck points were used today.
Okay,
No,
I'm just checking.
I've not used
I'm
any.
just checking.
I'm gonna use my fucking boulder.
Okay.
Come on, Norse Foundry. Y'all will be able to
Do
hear it.
it.
Y'all will be able to hear it.
We hear the other ones too.
Yes! Good! Thank you. Not what I needed. I mean, it was enough, but still, that's a lot of luck to burn through in one day. 17 to hit.
17 does
the
hit.
goblins. Fucking. 5 points of damage.
Okay, 5 points of damage. Still.
Can I bonus action? No. Nope, I can't. I'll bonus action punch him.
Okay, punch him.
Natural 19.
That'll hit.
Just 1 point of damage, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 1 plus your strength modifier.
So 2 points of damage.
2 is
Actually,
exactly what you needed.
all of my attacks, not just weapon attacks, all of my attacks add +2 to them.
Mm-hmm.
So even my improvised attacks, I just add another 2 because it's a servant of the enemy.
So you killed it with the first hit,
Ah! And I go to punch him and he's gone.
and he falls. Yep.
Good. Amazing.
Okay. After Lucky is Golem. Now, Laroon has left melee with Golem. Shaq, you are at the base of the bridge. Torgan, you are... Where are you? Valis hasn't made it across. Lucky hasn't made it across. I'm going to say that the Golem, even or odd, odd is going to go to the bridge. Even is going to head up the waterway to try to take people out. Even. So he begins stomping his way. He goes past the bridge. Lucky and Valis, it's you can run around him, but he is making his way up that direction. That is going to be it for the... Is it going to dash? Is the golem going to dash? Is it?
It doesn't. I think it's not. I think it doesn't want to. I think it wants to sit still.
It is. It's going to dash and get into melee with Dargan. So the Rion's bodyguard is now in melee with the golem. He does not want to be. That is it for the golem. Valis.
I
Can't
can't.
hear you.
You gotta turn on your mic.
I know. I gotta hit things. That's fine. Where is the golem in regards to me?
He's about 10 feet from you.
Okay, but not yet within like range.
Not yet within melee. Do you have
Laroon
Witch
is
Bolt
here,
still
right?
up?
I do.
Laroon is crossing the bridge.
Is he within 30 feet? I mean, is he within 60 feet?
60 feet? Yeah, Laroon's within 60 feet.
Bonus action, healing word. He gains 6 points of HP back.
Okay.
Action for Witch Bolt to the little goblin that I am connected to. That is a 4 for, yeah, that's 4 damage to him.
4 damage. Okay. Yeah, that's enough to drop that golem. We're down to 4 golems. 4
Goblins.
goblins. I was doing so good.
Never again.
And-
Never again.
I am going to just start. I'm going to turn to like Rian and be like, "We gotta go," and
I
start
agree.
headed for the bridge.
Okay. You start heading for the bridge. Dargan is going to use his action to disengage and begin running for the bridge. Let me see. Does Rian have something she can do to assist in this? Yeah, she is going to expeditious retreat, and then
Good.
take off running, and she's going to use the well, she can't do the dash action twice, but expeditious retreat when she casts it is a bonus action. So she does still have an action, and you sort of watch her be. She starts preparing a spell. But she ends up getting about midway up the bridge with her movement and speed. So Duncan continues across the bridge, and he is standing at the ready to help people. The goblins are up. I think there's no goblin in melee of these 4, right? From what I have heard. So they are going to take some arrow shots at Shaq, where are you? You made it to the bridge? You started to go across the bridge?
I'm at the front of the bridge,
front of it.
gesturing people towards it.
Okay.
Still walking that fine line.
Yep. And on a natural 2, they seem to believe that you are on their side of that line. Torgan, you have Valis and Lucky are the two people that are not on the bridge. Is that what I'm understanding?
Okay.
Yes. No. Torgan, are you on the bridge?
No, I was still in melee range with. I had to.
Targan?
No, I cut down the people attacking the guy whose name starts with a D. Yeah.
So you're in melee now with the golem. Okay, so
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But it's not its turn. Goblins, they're not going to shoot at you. They're going to take a couple of shots at Lucky, and they're going to take a couple of shots at Valis, because you guys are the ones not across the bridge yet. So Valis, you're up first. Natural 2, natural 6. 11 is the highest. That won't hit. 2 shots over at Lucky. That is a 10 and a 9. Neither of those are going to hit either. So the goblins are proving to be super good at their jobs.
The stormtroopers of midnight.
Yes. Well done,
Yeah,
gobbies.
goblin.
They are. After the goblins, Torgan, you're in melee with the goblin. With the golem.
With the golem. You'll get it, Cody. We believe in you. So what I want to do is, how far can I get? Can I get to the bridge from where I'm at now?
Yeah. You could get to the edge of it.
Okay, I can get to the edge. Also, are there goblins in between me and the bridge?
No.
So they're behind the golem?
They're around you, but they're not like in your path. You could waste like 5 feet of movement and get to a goblin.
Yeah, so I will do that once. I will take an attack of opportunity from the golem.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having to say golem so that I remember it's different. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
19 points of damage.
Oof. Halved?
No. Oh, well, yes, because you are resistant at the moment.
So, halved to 10?
Yes, 10.
Okay. Cool. And then I will move. I will attack that goblin.
Okay.
I will do it recklessly this time.
Okay.
That is a soft 20 to hit.
Yeah, soft 20 hits.
Okay. And that's 16 points of damage, 18 points of damage, because I keep forgetting to add the extra 2.
Okay. Yeah. That drops it.
Can I reach another goblin from where I'm at? Or is that going to take all my... I can't?
It would take you another 10 feet, so then you'd be 15 feet from the bridge.
Yeah. So
right now, at the end of your turn, you're going to be 5 feet from the bridge.
Okay, then you know what? I'm just going to try and take out as many of the goblins on my way to the bridge as I can.
Okay. So yeah, you divert again, heading towards one of the ones that has its bow and arrow out. It had just taken a shot at Valis. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
That's with my bonus action. That is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
That does 10, 15, 17 points of damage.
Yep.
And then I will move as far to the edge of the bridge, close to the bridge as I can get.
Okay, you're 15 feet from the bridge.
Sounds good.
Two goblins remain after Torgan. Laroon. Laroon, we can't hear you.
Forgot about the push talk. I'm going to move back and stand next to Shaq and ready my action to just help people across and move them as quickly as possible.
Okay. After Laroon, Shaq.
How many goblins are right by me?
None. Nobody's in melee with you, except for Laroon at this point.
Cool. So I'm going to hold my action to, if any enemies get near enough, I'm going to punch them but
Okay.
also try and do the same thing he do of hurrying people across the bridge.
Okay. Valis. No. Lucky.
That's what I thought. Goblin. I'm gonna shoot a goblin.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are 2 goblins you can shoot.
Can I
Also
still,
take the dash action to get on the bridge.
to get off the bridge?
On the bridge.
On the bridge.
Yeah. You and Valis are the ones that people are waiting for.
Then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you take the dash action, you go running towards the bridge, you circumvent the wild swings of the golem. Anything else? Any bonus actions, Lucky?
Nope.
Okay. Golem next. Golem's running out of people to hit on this side of the river. So I'm going to roll a d6. On a 6, it goes to Valis. Otherwise, it heads to the bridge.
I believe I already
6.
headed towards the bridge.
Yeah,
Had you already made it to the bridge?
I'm the only one I think that's not on that side of the bridge.
All right.
I used my Witch Bolt, I used Healing Word, and then I used my action to head towards the bridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for you it was 2 movements, so you had not made it to the bridge yet. But you're there, and Torgen's there. So I'll give you guys evens and odds. Here we go. Why'd I roll 2? Doesn't matter. It does. God damn it. I'm having a time.
You got
folks.
odds for an even.
I did. So yeah, Torgen. 2 attacks from the golem. 17 and a 12.
The 12 does not hit. The 17 does.
Yep. So 10 more points of damage on you, and that is it for the golem. Valis.
Valis will continue forward.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to be, at this point, I believe, probably on the bridge.
Yeah. You make it onto the bridge. Shaq and Laroon and they're starting to pull people across the bridge. So you get there, you get past the mouth of it. You're starting to make your way up and over the bridge.
All right, I'm going to spend 1 spell point to cast Healing Word on Torgen.
Mm-hmm.
Torgen have 7 points of healing.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to cast 2 spell points to cast Moonbeam on the golem.
Moonbeam on the golem. All right. So that needs a dexterity saving throw?
I believe it is an attack. 1 second, let me check. I thought it was an attack on here.
Moonbeam.
So Moonbeam is not
just an attack.
Wait, what?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
Moonbeam. It's an attack.
Are we using the 5e spell version or the?
Yeah, 5e. It should be the
No,
5e spell version.
Yeah,
When a creature enters the
on a
spell's-
point within until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder. When the creatures enter the spell area for the first time on a turn starts here, it is engulfed in ghostly pain. No, so it's not even an attack, it just happens?
It's a
yes.
Constitution
Yeah, it's a
saving throw.
When a creature enters the spell area for the first time, which
Yeah.
counts as casting it, or starts its turn there, yeah.
Cool. I'm going to cast Moonbeam on the area.
Okay, that is a 14.
So it does make the save.
So it takes half damage.
Yes, indeed. So that's 2d10. That's going to be 3 and a 5 for 8.
8? Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Valis. Goblins are up. They're going to come running. Shaq, make your attacks.
A shack attack, if you will.
Yes, Shaq attack. That one definitely hits.
So 5.
5 points of damage. That one is still barely up.
Burn that key.
Okay. I'll allow you to do it. Usually, you don't get the bonus action with the held action, but go ahead and take it this time.
Oh.
So.
Good to know.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to hit. And 6 points of damage. Definitely drops it. So one goblin remains right at the mouth. It's going to attack you, Shaq, now that it has realized that you are killing its friends. That's going to be a 10 to hit. Ah! Not the Gabi voice. Yep. Nicely parried, and that is it for the Blins. Torgan, you're the last guy on that side of the bridge.
I'm the last guy on that side of the bridge, and there's no goblins within range of me?
No.
Okay.
Only
Then-
the golem.
So is everyone else on the other side of the bridge?
They're crossing the bridge now,
Okay.
yes.
Then I will...
Oh, you will run past one golem. That's right. If you want to
I
kill
will
it as
run
you go.
past one of the goblins?
Yep.
The last one?
The last one.
I will kill it as I go.
Okay.
And reckless for fun. Ooh. That is a 13.
13 barely hits.
Yeah, there it is. And that is 9 plus 14, 16 points of damage.
Okay. Absolutely. Go
So
ahead.
just... and then
Big
just... Go ahead.
You got it. Go for it.
Yeah, and then just continue booking it past, and then I will wait until everyone is off the bridge and the golem is on it to like cut the bridge.
Good instincts. It is a sturdier bridge than being able. It's not a rope bridge. It's
Okay.
it's like a wooden bridge. But as you guys go running and the golem slowly gives chase, it makes its way onto the bridge. Rian is going to let out a burst of like earthquake tremors that shake the bridge, and the golem is going to fall into the river. You can see it wash part of the way down the river, but you guys know, Rian tells you at the very least, it's not going to sink. Like it's going to keep coming. But for now, she encourages you guys to turn, and let's make it to Durgis Rock. And so you guys are going to turn and begin to make your way up there, having been forged within the fires of goblin-y battle. What would you guys like to do before we bring a close to this mini chapter of our story?
I'd like to do an investigation in any of their things to see if there's any sort of mandate or anything. What were their orders? If it was... I know these guys probably don't read and write.
You're going to go back across the bridge to sift through
Oh,
goblin.
right. Nope. No, I certainly am not.
Okay. It is your choice if you would like to.
I am good.
Okay. Any other... So as you guys are making your way up, you come to the first guard tower that serves as the first line of defense for Durgis Rock, one of the Tigers of the Caledron dwarves. And I think that's where we're going to say goodnight tonight. Just a little taste of midnight, a little amuse bouche.
It's my favorite kind of boosh.
How are you guys doing? How do you feel?
Well, that golem was rough.
Yeah.
Feel like I need to get my hand on an actual goddamn sword.
Yeah.
That golem, if not for the ray of enfeeblement, would have just killed me outright.
Yeah,
Yep.
That was basically my idea. Was like, I need to build something that's gonna try to control things a little bit and keep you guys alive.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well done, because that is so that is technically this is like a first level adventure, I believe, and even in 3.5.
That thing would have smushed everybody. What the fuck?
No, it's intended to. It is one of those weird first lessons in Midnight where
Knowing when to run away.
Yeah.
This is the Hinterlands dragon. This is you're not a high enough level for this yet. Fucking run. Okay.
Yeah. The fact that you guys could damage it at all was impressive. And you guys are 4th level. Like you're clearly far stronger than what like a 3.5 party taking this on that early would have been able to do. Valis, Eric, what did you think of the magic system?
I'm really interested in the magic system. Like, I'm keeping like a track of my spell points here, and it's really cool because it gives me a lot more. It gives me like a bard-like utility in what I can do.
Yeah. Which magic schools did you take?
I picked abjuration, evocation, and I believe necromancy.
Yeah, the big, those would make sense.
The big 3.
No, yeah, I mean necromancy isn't really a big 3, but it is. Those are two very strong schools.
Well, it was either going to be necromancy or transmutation, but I went necromancy.
Yeah, so the technically in Midnight it splits conjuration and evocation into 2 schools, where evocation is only good. Lesser evocation, it only if it deals damage, it can only be like sonic or radiant damage, because it limits the number of spells. And then like your fire and lightning, like your big spells, are all in greater evocation. I'm not doing that because I don't want to. And this is tough enough. You know, you guys are going to often be facing overwhelming numbers and enemies probably beyond your kin, and you might be able to fight your way through them. But I am proud of you guys for, even after having realized, oh, we can damage the golem, but we probably shouldn't. We should probably get across the damn bridge, because this is too much. So I applaud you guys for doing that. We'll get into some more roleplay and see the world tomorrow. I'm glad that or next week. I think that you guys did really well as far as the languages and stuff like that. Torgen, thank you for just attacking and not metagaming, even though you Cole knew that Shaq was on your side and probably doing something to help you. Just listening to an orc speak black speech to a bunch of goblins is like,
yeah, nope.
I'm not on board with that. We're just gonna start killing people. I like some of the Lord of the Rings stuff that you guys have, like Lucky laying down on the ground and listening to the earth. Like, those things are fun. Laroon having the ancestral warhammer is really cool. So
I also like to think that when she's speaking different languages, she does that Aragorn Legolas conversation where she'll be speaking one language and then I will die as one of them in common by accident.
Sure.
But everyone's, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
I like that's I've decided it's a thing that she does.
That's good. Thank you guys for playing this. I appreciate it. It's a weird game. It's a weird system, but it is one that is near and dear to my heart, specifically because, like I said, it was the first character I ever like played live. I think I only played like 2 games of it as a Quicken defender, and I don't remember being very good or doing many cool things, but I do remember at one point them just being like, "Why are we letting the guy with the -4 charisma talk to people?" I was like, "I don't know. Why are you? You should talk."
It was a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to sign language my way through this. So thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to say goodnight. We're going to be back tomorrow night. We're going to have Billy from Indigo Chameleon is going to be joining us. Super excited about that. It's going to be me, Caitlin, other Caitlin Wisser, and Meg. We're going to play some Dragon Age characters using the 3d6 age system. And I think we're going to bring this back next week. If I'm... Let me double check something. So this scenario went pretty quick. In the Crown of Shadows, there is 7 chapters. So yeah, I think we could do it. Maybe by the time we finish.
This is our quarantine timeline. We have to be done by the time this is done.
Yeah. So yeah, it's these kind of vignettes. It's going to set it up. There'll be some role play. Sometimes there's combat. Sometimes there's not. We can stretch it out if we want to a little bit, but we can also just sort of burn through it and take a little tour of the world and see what it's like. So I'm gonna see if I can get some maps and put them on the screen here, but no guarantees because the PDFs are very old, and getting them to go from like PDF to picture and stuff is a technological event that I'm not always.
I can help. It's fine.
Okay, I believe in you. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to be back tomorrow night with some more gaming and some fun things. And I'm told there's a game on my birthday on Sunday. So that should be fun too. If you like fantasy that is a little high fantasy, a little less dangerous, check us out on Monday nights. That's when we do Disasters in Danger. We've got some double games coming this week. And we also do a sci-fi game with D&D5E on Wednesday nights called Star Chasers New Horizons. I'm going to stop pitching. I'm going to say goodnight. I'm tired. I'll see you guys later. We'll see you later. But until next time, be cool. Bye.